Today we are going to start with amino acids. Let us discuss what are amino acids. So these are organic compounds which are usually found in our body. They are monomers. They are monomers of proteins. Interesting thing to note is that these are heteropolymers. That means our proteins are heteropolymer. When we say heteropolymer, that means a single protein is made up of different amino acids. They are made by joining different amino acids together. So this particular chain will be referred as protein chain or peptide. Peptide is small segment of final protein. Now, what is interesting or what is characteristic feature present in amino group? If you talk about their general structure, that is, they have a central carbon atom, which is also referred as a symmetrical carbon atom. Along with it, it has two characteristic group, that is one amide group, NH2 group, and another one is acidic group. These are the two major characteristic group that are present in amino acid, and that is the reason the name goes amino. That means something to do with amide, and acids something to do with carboxyl group. Okay, along with these two groups, it has a permanent H group and a variable which will be changed in every amino acid, and that is the R group. This R group will be variable. That means it is going to change for every amino acid. But if you talk about this particular portion, this will be same for all the amino acids. So what did I say? That amino acid has a chiral or a symmetrical carbon, which will be having one NH2 group and one, at least one, what I meant is acidic group. Okay, and it will also have one H group, which will be same in every amino acid. Now, there is an exception for this chiral or asymmetrical carbon atom. That is, there is an amino acid called as glycine, whose structure goes like this. That is, it has a central carbon along with NH2COOH, but it will have H, and in place of R also it will have H. That means glycine do not show presence of a symmetrical carbon atom. Okay, no chiral or a symmetrical, sorry, carbon. Now let us move on to another part, that is types of amino acids and their nature. Types of amino acid. I will see, amino acid can be grouped as per their variable group, and they can also be grouped as per their solubility, and they can also be classified as per their diet requirement. I mean, the way human body gets into their biological system. So first we will see like how many amino acids are there in all. Okay, the types of amino acid that can be classified, or the total amino acid that we can enlist is, right now I will write two types of amino acid, one with different color. First I'm going to mention essential amino acid, histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenyl alanine, my mistake, seventh is threonine, eighth tryptophan, ninth is valine. These are essential amino acids. Now what does essential amino acids mean? Essential amino acids that means these are the amino acid which are obtained from diet itself. There is no other source, or the amino acid which cannot be synthesized. In other words, they cannot be synthesized by body. They cannot be synthesized by body has to depend on diet. You have to take food, you have to eat food so as to gain these amino acid in your biological system. Rest other amino acids, we can classify them as we can classify them as non-essential amino acid. That is, these are the non-essential amino acid that I'm going to mention in green color. We can write as alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic acid or aspartate. We have glutamate, we have cysteine, we have glutamine, proline, next we have serine, just give me 1 second. We have tyrosine, and we have glycine. So now these amino acids which are green in color, we call them as non-essential. Here non-essential does not mean that it is not required by the body. Here the meaning is different. Essential and non-essential is with respect to the fact that if a body can synthesize or not. Non-essential amino acids can be synthesized by body from any other source. They can be synthesized in body. That's the most important difference between both of them. So I hope you got to understand what is the difference between essential amino acid and non-essential amino acid. Let us move further. Amino acids can be also classified on the basis of their physical and chemical properties, such as there can be a type called as acidic amino acids. Acidic amino acids. Now what are acidic amino acids? An amino acid with extra carboxylic group, that is COOH group. If an amino acid has this extra group, we call that amino acid, or we can categorize that amino acid into acidic amino acid. For example, your glutamic acid. Your glutamic acid, if you look at glutamic acid or aspartic acid, they have an additional COOH group. For example, like if you unfold the structure of aspartic acid, what you can see is there is amide group as every other amino acid has, and other two groups, but in the case of our group it has CH2COOH. As you can see, there are two acidic groups. So that means such amino acids are referred as acidic amino acid. Now, like acidic amino acid, there can be basic amino acid as well. Here what we can see is there is extra NH2 group present. Example, lysine or arginine. So in case of lysine, you might observe an additional group of amide. If you see their R group, there will be CH2 3 CH2 and you can see NH2. Now here please observe that there is one here and one here. It has 1 and 2, that is one extra amino group or amide group. You can also have neutral amino acid, which have equal, that is no extra, but they have at least one amino and one carboxylic group, one amide group and one carboxylic group. So you have example of valine, alanine, etc. The simplest one. There are some amino acid which may show sulfur, so they are referred as sulfur containing amino acid. They are known as sulfur containing amino acid. Examples are cysteine and methionine. One more important thing to note about methionine is that it is always first amino acid in every protein sequence. Okay, this is the first amino acid. Methionine will be the initiating or starter amino acid in every protein. You have amino acid with alcoholic group, such as, if you take what is alcoholic group, that means they have OH group. So example of this particular category is serine, you have serine or and threonine. These are two amino acid which will have OH group. You will also have aromatic compounds or such amino acid which will have aromatic rings. So they are known as aromatic amino acids. Now, like in case of phenylalanine, you can see there is a benzene kind of ring present, and then it is attached to the NH2, COH and H. Okay, so there is a benzene ring over here that will be attached in case of phenylalanine. So example you can see as tyrosine, this one is phenylalanine, and even tryptophan. So these were the amino acids that are usually present in your body. There are almost, if you sum up everything, you count it, we have 20 amino acids. Now remember, when I say 20 amino acids, that doesn't mean there are no more amino acids. When we say there are 20 amino acids, these 20 amino acids are responsible for making protein. You might find, okay, you might find these amino acids like ornithine. Let us take one example, ornithine. Ornithine is also an amino acid, but it is not involved in protein synthesis. And since it is not involved in protein synthesis, we do not count this into that 20 amino acids. So that means there are n number of amino acids present in your biological system, but only 20 which were mentioned above are responsible for making protein. I hope you understood till this much. We will see next about the structure of protein. Thank you.